What's up, guys? Today I just want to talk about the event that we just had, the Battle for Nordvik. I know everyone's doing this video. You're going to get my 2 cents too, so if you don't like it, click off the video. It's okay with me, I don't mind. I just want to put it out there. 3 game modes, all the skins. Let's just break it down real quick. First week we got Conquest Assault. This is original Conquest from Battlefield 1942, and how it used to play out and how it does play out in Conquest Assault is one team has all the objectives and one team has a home spawn, and you have to fight over those objectives until the tickets run out, or one team captures all the objectives and the other team can't spawn anymore. So this is a 32 versus 32 player game mode on Spearhead, and I don't think it really worked in the 64 Conquest style. It really should have been a 128 game mode. It was just too much open space. The game mode felt really empty and really quite boring. There was not a lot to do. And so I found once you went into the game and played it a couple times, got all your ribbons, got all your skins, which the skins for this week were actually quite good and worth working for and getting, but it was only 20 ribbons, so there was not much incentive to play for very long. So once you got the ribbons, you leave this game mode and go play something else, because it was quite a boring game mode, honestly. The skins, those skins were quite good. We got Death for Casper, Raider for Sundance, and the MP9 Revelation skin, and they were all really good. Really cool additions to the game, but you didn't have to work very hard for them, which is whatever. So the events go for a full long week, and you basically, with this first one, you only got about 1 or 2 days to get your ribbons, because after that, those servers were dead. Like, no one was playing it. And that's just a testament to how not well thought out this game mode was. If it was a 128 Conquest and you had to earn about 50 ribbons, so you'd have to keep playing it for the whole week because it was a full week duration of the event, it would actually have felt like it was worth playing and people would have played it and you would have run into more people and actually had more combat scenarios that were fun and interesting. But it was really quite plain and boring, and there's a reason why Conquest Assault is not how Conquest is anymore. We've gone to the traditional, both teams have a home spawn and we all push into the middle. It's just more fun that way. Moving on to the second week, Defense of Nordvik. This game mode was called Retribution. This is a 16 versus 16 game mode with asymmetrical vehicles, meaning the attacking team has attacking vehicles and the defending team has support vehicles. So very interesting, actually a well thought out idea, but in execution, again, not enough players. This game mode could have used either more players or them like section the map out so it's a lot more close quarters, a lot more intense. The biggest problem with this this game mode was the whole map is open, so people can just sit in anywhere on the map and snipe and not really focus on objectives. This wasn't a very objective focused game mode, and that I feel was a real problem towards this particular game mode. It's just, it felt very empty 90% of the time, and it was just very boring. It was a cool idea in theory, and I think it would be good if it was like our breakthrough set up, like the maps are specifically set up for breakthrough and they like cut down sections of the map so everyone has to focus in on those areas. But they didn't do enough work actually shortening the map into a smaller area so there was a bit more linear. But it was a cool idea. It was, you know, it was breakthrough with like a rush portion at the end where you had to turn off the MCOMs if someone set the device. So all in all, a cool theory, just not a very good execution. I would like to see this game mode like implemented properly. Like if they actually tried hard, it would be a pretty cool game mode. It would actually be more interesting than Rush, I think. But it just didn't really work, and I just felt like it was quite boring. The skins we got for it were, we got a Marauder skin for McKay, an Overseer skin for Irish, and Bastion helmet, which I think every character got the Bastion helmet if you logged in and collected it from the store. So yeah, skins were okay, they were nothing too special. Game mode was a good idea in theory, just a poor execution, and I didn't really enjoy it in the end. So week 3 of Battle of Nordvik event, we got Liberation of Nordvik, which was Breakthrough Chaos, 128 players, completely modded, so if you be throwing grenades, C5, your med box, doesn't matter, it would just go flying in front of you. Your grenades you could throw about 200 meters. You could literally throw C5 up into the air at helis if they were low enough and kill them. It was just an insane game mode. Actually a really fun game mode if it wasn't a complete farming server, like where best players come on and get 100 kills like every single game. It was quite good when it was just quite a normal server. I had fun, a lot more fun that way. One thing I did think it was really good about this particular game mode was it was a really good server for tier 1ing particular things, and in particular Irish, Zane, and Casper were three characters that are very hard to tier 1. They're specific gadgets that are tied to them. So if you had Zane, Irish, or Casper, you'd find a lot of people sitting on their drone trying to get their spotting assists. I know I was doing it. And the first few times I played with Zane, and I was trying to like just get onto objectives and slam people with the XM. And a lot of people were running Irish as a counter to that. And it was, if you played the weekend for that, you would get a lot of progress on your tier 1s. In saying that, this is the only game mode that I found actually had consistent player base for the entire 7 days. Right up until the end, I was still playing it, and there were still people playing the servers, and it was actually a lot of fun because like people were interested in playing it. The only thing I will say is I did not like the mods. I did not like that you could throw your grenades and your med box way too far. It was very, very frustrating when you try to plant a nade where you want it, or you try to put your med box down and it's now out of reach and into the enemy territory. It was just very annoying. It didn't really need to be that way. Everyone was basically McKay with the nimble trait, so you could strafe really fast and move really fast, and that was kind of cool. But at the end of the day, I would have rather just play a normal 128 player breakthrough. And I think it should be back in the game as an option. Whether people play it or not, I don't know. But because 64 breakthrough is a lot more fun, in my opinion. But just as an option for people to do their tier 1ing of their specialists would actually be quite a good option, I think. This week definitely had the worst skins. We got an angel skin that looks just like another skin you get from just playing the game. But like before, so it almost looks exactly like another skin. It was just pointless. We got an MCS 880 skin, which no one uses this gun, and it is probably the worst gun in the game right now. It is absolutely dreadful. I would probably rather use the 1911 over using the MCS. And so what was the point in giving us an MCS skin? A gun that literally no one uses. Put it on the battle pass. People will earn it, they'll put it on, they'll never use the gun again, and that's it. And then we got a Mav skin, which was just pointless. Like, they need to make a legendary skin for the Mav. Why not? Why not make something that people actually want to use instead of just another, bush camo? It's whatever. It's so plain and boring. So the rewards were so mediocre, especially for the game mode you wanted to play the most, and you only needed 20 ribbons to complete all of these weeks of skins. So it was quite underwhelming in terms of, like, the tactical conquest. You had to earn 100 ribbons. People thought it was too much, but that's because the game mode was boring and it was only there for 2 weeks. Well, we got 3 weeks of events now, and the ribbons you needed was only 20 for each week, and so people would get them done and then just never play those servers again. And it was just like, it just such a fall flat on your face how to handle running events. Like, just put any shit out there and just let it go. Why? I don't know what DICE are doing right now, but they just cannot seem to understand what people want from this game. They want cool skins that are worth playing with, and they want good game modes that are worth going into over and over again. Now, post this Battle for Nordvik event, they've brought out 128 player infantry conquest on the main screen. So right when you click on conquest now, you'll get 128 seasons conquest, which has all the vehicles, regular 128 and 128 infantry conquest, which is kind of an interesting idea, I think, because people find 128 quite popular. My only real issue with the 128, 2 different versions of 128 now, is there's no 64 conquest, no Exodus conquest anymore, which was the go-to game mode for me. This is all I was playing. Exodus conquest means I won't see Arica Harbor anymore, I won't see Valparaiso, I won't see the maps that I really enjoyed playing every single day, for all different reasons: vehicle kills, close quarters, long range, sniping. Those maps, because they're old Battlefield maps, they provide the old Battlefield experience, which the new maps, some of them do not, especially Hourglass, especially Discarded. Those maps in particular don't offer a true Battlefield experience to me, as they're just like barren wastelands of constant running, no cover, just boring. Whereas I really want to play those old maps again. Even if Caspian Border only ever lasts about 2 minutes when I play it, I would still rather be playing Caspian Border for 2 minutes than 45 minutes of Hourglass. So it really sucks to see them get rid of Exodus Conquest. I hope they bring it back in. I will be playing a little bit of 128 Infantry Conquest, but I do think Conquest is best with vehicles. I almost feel like it should have been 128 Breakthrough Infantry only, and I feel like that would have been more interesting because it gives people opportunities to do their specialists that they don't want to do in the main thing. So that's kind of my opinion on what they've done. I feel like they needed to change up Breakthrough, not Conquest. Conquest had two good options. It had 64 and 128, and you play whichever one you like, or you swap between them. Now, Breakthrough's only got one option. It's 64 only. They should just bring out 128 Breakthrough, no vehicles, and I think that would solve the problem of people wanting to farm their kills, do their specialist tier 1ing, and you know, get their gadgets tier 1 and all that sort of stuff, because you could do your med box and your ammo box in those bigger, more crazy servers. So that's kind of my opinion on that. It's kind of a bit of a whatever, but yeah, I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think. What did you think of the event? I thought it was a bit hit and miss. I thought there were some really good moments and some pretty mediocre moments, and it started really poorly in the game modes, but skins, that was really good, and then it flipped. It went game mode was kind of fun, and then the skins went kind of bad. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I don't really know. I'm kind of rambling, but it's just, there's just so much frustration with DICE right now because they've got the game in such a good spot, and they're just like doing the weakest like underarm throws at us, like events and skins, and it's so frustrating. And I think all Battlefield players right now just want this game to be good and fun, and like their go-to comfort food game. And they're really making it hard for us. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. But if you let me know what you think in the comments. If you like the video, leave a like, and if you want to support me, please sub to help grow my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.